we were heading to Bruma. We've gained a huge amount of levels, as in skill levels. And we haven't really made much progress toward getting a next character level, and I think we should try to get that. Because if we get a huge amount of minor skills and not level up with the character, there's a lot of the skills will go to waste. What do I need? The physical combat might actually level up faster, fastest. When we get enough money and be part of Fighters Guild, I could also start buying training. Especially armor is probably a good solid choice. I recovered a sprig of nernroot. A plant ingredient this unusual must have value. Perhaps I should bring it to an alchemist and find out a little more about it. An alchemist can be found in almost every city in Cyrodiil. Yeah, you have to collect a metric ton of these. I think the reward for it is some sort of a specialty recipe you can use. This is a quest you should never ever in a billion years go specifically after, but something that you could sort of complete as you do other things. A wolf is... We'll head north until we hit the road. Then follow the road to Bruma, maybe explore a site or two on the way in. As a general rule of thumb, if I encounter a tavern or an inn, I'm gonna visit and sleep there. I seem to recall there were quite a few sites like that where something happens if you do. Not in everyone, probably not even in the most, but there's at least a handful.
Go ahead, please. The Imperial City itself is a walled city with separate inner walls protecting the Imperial Palace.
Yeah, but why are you sleeping behind
Bye.
the inn? Roxy Inn.
Hello there.
Watch for minotaurs in the forests. Aggressive beasts. They'll tear right through your armor, too.
Yes.
A lot of people
I
here.
understand the Fighters Guild is hiring new members. Not bad work for some folks.
I take it you
I
want
hear you.
something.
Go ahead, please. Imps. I hate them. Little buggers flitting around tossing fireballs at you. Take care.
Yes? Where does our food come from? The Heartlands and the Nibinian Valley. And Skingrad, great wines, cheeses, and tomatoes. You too.
Yes. Only thing worse than an ogre is two ogres. Tough bastards. And spells seem to bounce right off them.
So, natural spell reflect, probably.
Bye.
Good to know.
Do you need some? Go ahead, please. The people of Nibene consider themselves to be more civilized and sophisticated than Colovians. Bye.
We're here to help. If you've got to travel, by the 9 Divines, stay on the roads. The wilderness just isn't safe anymore. We've had sightings, you see. The Daedra.
Move along.
I don't know how to make this request any simpler, but to put it bluntly, Raylan the Greyfinder must die.
Okay.
A few months ago, that witch of a necromancer decided to inhabit Moss Rock Cavern just north of my inn. I don't know what she does in there. Frankly, I don't want to know. However, I do know that after she arrived, the woods at night became unsafe. I've seen undead of all types walking in the dark woods near the cave entrance. Now this area is getting a bad reputation, and my business has waned. Every day, it seems the number of undead increase. If someone can get into the cave and kill Raylan, maybe we can stem the tide. Her death pays a handsome bounty. I hope you'll take advantage of the opportunity.
I believe I shall.
Everyone's talking about the assassination, of course. Here, take my copy of the new Black Horse Courier. Go ahead, keep it. Still no news out of Elswell since everybody vanished. Strange business.
What? Elswell.
A small settlement to the northwest of here, on the other side of the Silver Road to Bruma. We've had travelers through recently that say it's turned into a ghost town. Everyone vanished without a trace.
Zero visibility.
Raylan will finally get what's
We'll rest
coming
when
to
we
him.
come back here. It's currently daytime. I don't want to waste the light.
They say...
The simple bounty for murdering a necromancer should be simple enough. I think we can summon ghosts. I don't want to open the door unless I have a plan. Looks like it's maybe a high elf or dark elf. Either way, if we go in there and just blast it with electricity, that's probably the best we can do.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
Right, the AI is not going to open the door apparently.
You're pathetic.
I'll go in when the ghost disappears.
You'll never take me down. I'm just warming up, you pathetic worm.
This is the main reason I did not want to play as a high elf. Massive amount of magicka, but if you get hit by a spell, it's game over. This is not the one we came here to kill. Oh, no you don't. Looks like this will go much deeper, so I'll take the other passage first. I'll probably get a key to this from following the other path. And they can't get up. Pathetic. Probably a primary target. Oop, wrong spell. Necromancer Adept. This was pathetic Necromancer Adept because we're so low level. Resist fire burgundy linens. Good loot. Daedra. I'll actually take this. I recall what some of the Daedra Lords are and do, but not all. Necromancer's Moss Rock Key. Headless zombie. So they were constructing undead here. I take it that the person we were sent to kill actually has nothing to do with things. It's probably just trapped here, just like the... Just like no one else, right? Place was taken over by necromancers, he was put in confinement and he was blamed, so we're not gonna get any kind of bounties, we're not gonna kill her. Alternatively, we could kill her and lie about it, I guess, but I doubt the bounty is worth all that much anyway. It's gonna be something like 100 gold, 200 gold, so it's irrelevant. Oh no, it's another necromancer.
Huh?
What is that? Probably a skeleton.
Who's there?
Let's get this over with.
Yep, wasted the Welkin stone. I was about to die, so I just had to risk it. Holy shit, she's tough.
Ah!
Use another Welkin stone. I've slain Raylan the Gravefinder. I should return to Malene at the Roxy Inn and deliver her the good news. But she was much tougher than I thought. Maybe a Breton, that's why she would have taken very little damage from magical attacks. I didn't really consider that. So should have just used the summoned and physical damage on her. Used up 2 Welkin stones, but this is what I want to have them. I don't need them in casual combat, but sometimes when things get tough, I just need a little bit of extra boost to see us through. And there's no point saving them if you're not gonna use them in situations like this. You're never going to use them if you don't. Some usables, nothing too interesting. Low quality gemstones. There's probably a skill book. Which reminds me, we got a book from the mystery conjurer that suddenly appeared at the waterfront. Illuminate Tome. It's a spell, very likely. Bound gauntlets. Do I really want this? No, but if I have this, I might be able to use bound equipment in spell creation. Restoration. Okay. Not a big job, but got a little bit dangerous there in the end. Also a good reminder of the importance of having a variety of attack methods. If I only focus on spell damage, there's going to be enemies sooner or later that are basically going to just shrug it off or ignore it. So physical combat and summons in support, or as equally strong pillars, makes a lot of sense.
Hi.
I assume you've dealt with Raylan appropriately. I realize it's in poor taste to celebrate anyone's demise, but Raylan was evil through and through. You've done the right thing. I believe we had a contract. Here's my part.
45 gold, so a fraction of the low value I already predicted. Give me a bed.
There's a bed, of a sort. It ain't much, but it gets the job done. 10 gold a night if you're interested.
Yeah, you're not much of a merchant, are you?
It's upstairs, second door on the left. Don't say I didn't warn you.
I
Thank you for
go
saving
there
my
with the
business.
weapon in hand.
How are
I
you?
won't forget it.
In the west, in old Colovia. What can I do for you? I don't like to think about zombies. Missing arms, legs, heads, they smell awful, and they're hard to kill. I'm through talking to you.
Hello there.
Yeah, this
Well
place
met.
has seen better days.
Good to see you. If you're on
What
a
brings
road,
you
you
here?
can usually outrun
What's
anything.
going on with you?
If you're in good
Ran
shape
into some
and not wearing a
goblins
tin
not
suit.
long ago. Nasty
I've heard
little
others say
beasts.
the same.
Horrendous.
Take care.
Don't really want to rest here. We more or less just want to rest so we can see if anything happens.
Hi there. Hello. Hello.
Oh,
Right, there was a much more interesting quest. Zero visibility. I've heard rumors of strange happenings in the settlement of Ayleswell, north of the Imperial City. I should investigate it. Well, it's fairly close to where we need to go, so it's not a huge distraction. And sometimes distractions are good. If we don't do it now, we'll do it after, once we've joined the guilds and visit Bruma. Yeah, I don't think so. Not now. I'm certainly interested in it, but it wouldn't hurt for us to have a bit better gear and be more established before we investigate something like that.
What is it, citizen?
Magic Fountain. For 5 minutes we have increased Magicka. Unknown ruin, we'll explore it. As long as we have empty inventory space, loads of it, we'll keep exploring these sites that come our way. Looks like bandits. Lots of them too.
This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death.
Did though.
Today you die.
Terrible shooting. There was an archer here, I think. There we are. With a better range spell. Something that has a lot of oomph to it with a single shot, so I can shoot it and maybe even end a fight before it really starts. This doesn't drain us too badly, but it's forces us to go into these spam sections to kill anything. Sursen. Surken. Something. Something Surken.
What's that? What's that?
What's the trap? Potion of apathy. Do you have light armor pants? No one has them. They all have regular pants. I don't get it. That's the dark elf, has to be. It's taking too little damage from fire.
Do your worst.
Greaves! Finally. Actually, I think I would hold on to the fire resistance. It's not really all that good though. I think we're better off just selling them away and use the money for something else. There's a chest inside, so probably should lockpick. Ah, shit. Got a lockpick. Thanks. Thanks, game. Excuse me. Welkin stones, more of them, so we recovered our losses and are getting extra.
Hello? Who's there?
Maybe too much. They do have a lot of weight to them. So having something around 10 might be reasonable, but I think we have 20 plus even. 23. So that's 23, 24 pounds just to carry those around. He's trading my luck. That's your battle tactic. We're gonna put poison in our weapons that will drain the luck from our enemies.
Tricks on me. Am I supposed to be impressed?
Fur helmet. That is stylish. We lose about 15% of our spellcasting efficiency by using this sort of an armor setup though. And I don't think it provides the equal benefit. Also the draw distance of some of these items just maybe too low. No. It's probably that if I'm not looking at it, certain items are basically not drawn. Ah, shit. Yeah, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing now. Just clicking buttons randomly, apparently. Another mystery of Talara. Acrobatics. Next time I'm visit some sort of a thief, I'll buy lockpicks just in case. I'm not really short on them or anything, but at the same time, a couple of badly done lockpicking attempts, and I'm basically down below 10. That's a bad place to be in. Sometimes, well, most locks we'll encounter are probably something like easy to average. But we might occasionally encounter a hard one. So if I'm at a low point already, that could be catastrophic for us. To be fair though, usually there would be a key in a situation like that, at least early on. Very hard locks would be very, very rare, at least the types where there's no key to it. Right. Even more small, Jesus Christ. More smaller of a site than I even anticipated. A single goddamn room. Yeah, I think we'll head north. Joining the guilds will allow us a lot of trading opportunities and probably ways to get to a certain type of loot easy enough. We could also use a range attack that the projectile isn't so goddamn slow. Not sure if there is one. The lightning bolt might be slightly faster. Thief Stone. Marked by a special fate, you rule your destiny. Do you choose to steer by the star of the thief? Or Star of the Thieves shine upon you. You have gained the cheater's nib, great power. What the hell does that even mean? Fortify agility and lock 20 points for 2 minutes. It would help in sneaking, lockpicking. Probably luck will add to that too. If you want to know how luck actually affects things, I have no clue. I have no real clue of what it exactly affects. It should affect many things a little bit. So you can't really tell easily enough, does it make a noticeable difference? And it certainly isn't gonna affect everything. I don't think regeneration rates, for example, are affected by luck, but lockpicking attempts, sneaking, maybe, there's a minor variable there.
Go ahead, please. We're all talking about the Emperor's murder. We have no Emperor and no heir. That's never happened before. I suppose we should all be worried. Good day.
And the sound got removed. I'd really like to get the level up before I do another alchemy session. Venison. How is progress to next level 69%? What the hell does that even mean? Usually it'll jump by 10%. 10 major skill level ups for to get character level up. Here is empty. We're still seeing standard issue, lowest possible level bandits. There'll be a ruin there. How far away is it? I can't even see it. Right, quite an uneventful trip if you travel by the road. Imperial City, Chorl. Bruma. We should be arriving at night time, so we can take an inn and rest there. Use the next day to talk to the guild representatives and join up. We have still a huge amount of free carry weight. Definitely want to visit another site. We just go there without having anything really to sell. We are not drastically improving our current position. Standard issue wolf. There's a Daedric shrine and a mine here. Don't want to have anything to do with Daedric shrines at this point. I'm pretty sure each Daedric shrine will basically give you a powerful artifact. If I go in any of them at level 2, the artifact will be a level 2 artifact. Maybe not exactly, but a low level anyway. It'll be much weaker than it potentially could be. Hestra Runestone. Do you seek its conjured weapon and armor? Sure. Daedric Mace and Gauntlet. For 4 minutes, more or less. Seriously, aren't there any enemies here? Single bandit and single wolf. I suppose I'm traveling by road, so I'm not sure why I'm complaining. You want danger, you go in the wilderness. And that's the city already. Right, so... thinking of going to the mines. It looks to be close enough. We have these wonderful enchantments on us. Plenty of empty inventory space. But it should be some... yeah, there it is. And goblins, so... Plundered mine. We should be able to handle these well enough. So, what do you got? We'll kill everyone first, loot later. Yeah, these are actually fairly capable ones, we'll have to be careful. 3 Feather Goblin Berserker. It's getting a bit serious now. Falconstone to the rescue. Finally got our level up though, so that's positive. Further skill developments will go towards the next level, so we don't have to worry about those.
Ah!
Since we're out of fight, I'll use the potions to recover my magicka. Surely this isn't it. Plundered mine, abandoned works. It's a much larger complex than I thought. I was sort of suspecting that when I saw that the goblins have a name, or their clan has a name. Right, I lost the conjured equipment. Good idea to buy a better spell. I would have been in trouble here. Yeah, I can use the fireballs to kill them, but it just takes too long if they have any kind of decent melee skills. Silver veins, really? Looks more like someone jizzed on the stones there. Whatever. At least it looks different enough that it's easy enough to spot. Probably a shaman here somewhere, or a chieftain of some sort. Motherfucking paralyzed me. Is it? Be another passage there, but yeah, I think this is it. Right, quite a bit more action than I thought we would have. We should be able to get a massive amount of loot here. Even if it's not good loot, but still, at least we can sell it off. Maybe I should take the iron arrows? Technically their value to weight ratio is 10, which is nice. So, might be able to get something out of them. I don't think it works quite like that though, unless we sell them one arrow at a time. Which I will not waste time on. Not that big of a deal. But we might as well do that once at least to see how the price is determined. No, for fuck's sakes. Three Feathers Goblin Shaman. He had a weapon, dagger of some sort. I think I killed him up there though. And I probably have a light spell and a torch. It's just an iron dagger. What is this? I think it's just they're using some sort of generic map to create these standards, and they've used rock to block me off, right? Holy shit. Holy shit. 7,760 for a Goblin Totem Staff. Shock damage 20 on target. 111 uses. This is ridiculously useful, and it has a massive amount of charge, so this would be something that you could consider using a Barla Stone with. So we could spend this and still restore it full without having to waste any extra money on it. This would not be my first choice of combat at this stage. I'm not sure what would I even get skill-wise from killing people with this. But I definitely love to have it. I might as well rest actually. We do need to take the level up. Single hours to You realize that you are catching on to the secret of success. It's just a matter of concentration. Yeah, massive amounts of character development. This is bad. This is very bad. I'm gonna skip the luck on this one, otherwise everything is gonna be wasted. Intelligence, we don't really need it, but I guess I'll take it. Agility, yes. Personality or speed. How fast you move. I mean, it's a great thing, but I think personality is better for us at the moment. We're having trouble getting the disposition on people high enough, so personality would help. But it's too good of a thing to ignore. 3 skills at 5, 2 at 4. Yeah. I mean, luck is nice, maybe, but since I can't even say what it affects, it seems like a weird choice to choose luck over a guaranteed attribute gain of such magnitude. By the time we're done looting this place, we should be very close to the time that shops open in Bruma. It's 3 AM at the moment. I think we have 5 hours left. Practical terms, it's not. It's gonna be some minutes, 15-20 minutes maybe, at most. Rusty iron short sword. Silver isn't all that critically valuable, but at the same time it's not like it's god awfully heavy compared to the value either, so it makes sense to pick it up where we can. Might as well take extra torches, they have no weight to them. I have no idea if torches run out. I assume they do, either I have them all over the place. Weaponry is incredibly inefficient as a loot item, so we will never pick it up. Has to have some sort of magic property or be very high class weapon to be worth taking with us. 13 gold value versus 12 pound weight. Just terrible. Lockpicks and gold. I have to say I am incredibly disappointed in the loot you get from the chests. It is just crap. There's no other way to put it. Basically you get a lockpick or two and you get 10 to 20 gold pieces. I think I would prefer if there were less treasure chests and the individual chests would be more valuable. Or more interesting as far as loot is concerned. It doesn't always have to be super valuable, otherwise everything will just have to cost that much more money. Having 10 chests and barely be able to get 100 golds worth of loot out of all of them combined, so it's just sort of disappointing. Dwarven shield. This is actually worth taking with us. In fact, I'll start using it. It more than doubles my shield value. I'm also fairly sure that the staff we gained, the one that's worth over 7,000 gold, it's not a random item. It's so out of balance with everything else here. So we can't throw it away, but that doesn't mean we can't drain it. Use it. Oh, for fuck's sakes. One final room. Pure poison, potion of sorcery, not bad. It's drastically more valuable than the stuff you usually get. Right, we're done. We have more than 200 pounds of carry weight out of 225, so that's a respectable number. Time is 5:13, so we have about 3 hours still left. I'll still loot and leave things there. If I recall correctly, the guilds, fighter and mage, are very different in how they operate. Native Guild, there's sort of an initial quest with each city. We need to complete it to get access to Arcane University and their services. Fighters are more of a less linked, I guess. So the different cities are very different in what they offer and what you can do there. So I might not be able to do anything more than join the Fighters Guild here. I might not be able to do any quests. Mages Guild is guaranteed to have at least one quest we can do immediately. I would bet my balls that Chorol is the first Fighters Guild quest place. Or at least one of them, because that's where the game heavily tries to direct you at the start. Actually, that might be a good idea. Ah, whatever.
How are you?
Fine, thank you for asking.
Something to report? The Emperor. What are you looking?
Where are the guilds?
The guilds are in a row, in the center of town, below the terraces north of the chapel.
Tell me about landmarks.
The castle is to the west, the chapel and houses to the south, and guilds and shops to the north.
Where are the services?
The general trader and clothier and armorer are on the terraces to the west. The smith is north, next to the wall.
Where can I sleep?
The Gerald view is on the terraces, near the castle gate and facing the chapel. Olaf's is next to the east gate. Goodbye.
I'll wait 2 hours. Let the shops open. There's a fence here, but
What is it?
I'm only asking for enough to feed me kids.
you're talking to me with your beggar voice again.
The Emperor and his 3 sons dead, right under the... Blessings of the Shadow upon ye.
Can I help you? Take care.
North of Chapel. Terrace. Assuming terrace means... well, those. There's their shingles there. Guilds are here. Chapel services. Nova Roma.
I'm Surotan, proud owner of Nova Roma, a little piece of Heartland Empire here in the lofty Gerals. So? What? That's just stupid. What a great... No more! You're frightening me! Really? Don't! What? That's just stupid.
Possible lie.
What? Sorry. Yes, yes, whatever you say. Yes. Don't you think... What a great story. Whatever you... Not... What a dumb joke. All right, I get it. No need to go to the Imperial City. Bruma may look like a Skyrim town, but we've got all the comforts of the warm Nibbanean south.
Except the warmth.
Did you ever hear about the ghost of Lord Vlindrel? They say he haunts the road to Coral. Not that I've ever seen him myself, mind you. Let's do business.
Let's do exactly that. Seems like a good trader. Rather good trader for us. He has monkey pants. Fortify acrobatics, athletics, train willpower. Constant effect. I guess if you're not a big caster, this makes a lot of sense. It's a light armor of certain type. Doesn't really have anything interesting. I could buy a couple of repair hammers, probably have to use them. Right. Okay, each arrow is 1 gold, so the value to weight ratio is very good on arrows.
That seems a...
700 gold. I have anything worthwhile to sell. Maybe a couple of scrolls. These are always just god awful terrible. At the same time, they don't really weigh much, but I think they're more of a nuisance
That's a
than
fair
anything
deal.
else.
That seems a fair price. A fine transaction. That's more than I'd usually pay. A good price. That seems a fine transaction. You got a great deal there.
Not really. So 821 gold is still enough to buy basic equipment and extra spells, so it is good. And carry weight is not good though. Probably should use alchemy to make potions. We can then sell the potions to earn more money.
Thank you for your business. Goodbye.
A lot of the carry weight is tied in alchemical ingredients at the moment, so we do have to get rid of them one way or another. Better. We don't care about the potion types at all. Once we have journeyman level, skill level 50 alchemy, then it starts to matter. Then they're worthwhile potions. We probably have all the 4 alchemical equipment pieces too. I'd like potions though. I think I can get more out of them. Resist poison, resist paralysis. Cure paralysis. Yeah, I don't think I can do that. I have to be a better alchemist. Yeah, the best we can really do is just fortify fatigue, or restore fatigue. Single potion of water breathing. This could be very valuable. Right, things are starting to look a little bit more manageable this time. Let's leave it at that.
I'm Suratan. Can I interest you in some of my wares?
Can I interest you in my load of crap?
A fine transaction.
Fine indeed. More than 1,000 gold now.
A fine.
It will also free up massive amount of carry weight.
You've made a good bit. You've made a. That's a good deal.
Good deal for me, yes. We might want to start shopping around for a house. I need to get at least an idea how expensive
That's
they
a
are
fair
in each
deal.
places.
A good price for a good customer.
Right, we have closer to 100 pounds free carry weight and 1400 gold. Not bad. Not bad at all.
That's a fair deal. Another
Satisfied indeed.
You too.
What other shops do we have? North Winds. Probably another general store.
Skjorda, Nordwinds. We've got clothes and armor, and I've got a headache. So keep your voice down, please. We drink because we're happy. We're Nords. It's just the thick tongue and fat head the day after that makes me unhappy. Apparently, Right Wind teaches his blade skills to other Fighters Guild members.
If we want to take skills, it's basically fighter skills, armor skills specifically. They're hard to train, especially with our fighting style.
May I interest you in some of my fine... Goodbye.
I'm Ulfund, the light armor trainer. Skjorda and I run North Winds. Please excuse us. We had a little drink up last night. Still a little muzzy.
Muzzy.
Just like Skyrim, except for all the tight-ass Heartlanders around. All work and chapel. No wonder they're so sour. We're all talking about the Emperor's murder. Knowledge is power.
It's fairly expensive to train, and I really have a lot of other uses for the gold at the moment, so I'm not particularly interested in training. Once I have a base of operations where I can dump the extra Welkin stones and things like that, alchemical ingredients, then we can start spending money on training.
I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
Dundurance Juggernaut. Heavy armor. Fortified by strength, endurance, strength, speed, and athletics. These are way too expensive for having the drain effects. Actually, they're more or less like gear for a specialized guy, and decent gear too. I think this is it's at least steel, maybe dwarven. Certainly better than the iron armor. It's hard to say, because what you really see is the base value of the armor, and nothing else. or a weapon, you see the base damage value. With our weapon it is 3. But that is not the damage you do if you hit with a weapon. Other things contribute to it. So which is the reason I sort of dislike this system, because it really gives you no idea how much damage you end up doing then. Just need to test things out. I suppose it's like a multiplier of a sort. So minor increases can make much more significant differences in the actual end damage. Only 2 stores. No magic stuff. Well, this is Skyrim or North City, so I didn't expect magic stuff. A hammer and axe. At least they have a proper smith.
Fjotrid, you need armor or weapons, new or repair. Come to Hammer and Axe. I work hard. Folks like Skjorda and Ulfand give us Nords a bad name, drinking and carrying on until all hours. Did you ever hear about the ghost of Lord Vlindrel? They say he haunts the road to Coral. Not that I've ever seen him myself, mind you.
I wonder if that's actually true. So would he be only visible there if you walk the road to Coral during nighttime?
Armor, weapons, I have it all. How may I help you?
Gauntlets of Gluttony. Fortify strength, drain health.
Good day.
I'm not sure how useful those items are, because a lot of attributes, or rather their positive effects, are capped at 100. So in the end, you can, if you play your cards right, you can raise attributes to 100 naturally anyway. It doesn't apply to everything though, or all effects, but I think it applies to a lot of things. Again, I think it's just something you have to test and see. Anyway, I'll leave things here. Financially, we're in a much better position. Hopefully we can do something at least with the guilds. I know I can do something with the Mage's Guild, but I don't recall what exactly we can do here. Fighter's Guild... Well, if we can't do any quests, they'll at least direct us to where we can do those quests.